In this video, I'll use Tyflow to create flyways through street trees for lorikeets. I start by drawing a rectangle and then adding splines to represent street locations. I use the spline offset modifier to add a thickness to each street. Instead of physically adding it to each spline, you can click and drag to drop the modifier onto each spline. Then I use shape boolean in the create and compound shapes section. Add each spline as an operand. Then use spline offset on reference copies of that shape boolean to create tracks for street trees and the inner and outer bounds of the footpaths. For the street tree tracks, you'll need to use spline select. This way you can select splines you want to delete. After you've selected the splines you want to delete, apply the delete spline modifier. Add trees that have been regulated in scale using X-form, or add in representative geometry to simplify the forms. Once you've prepared your tracks, add a Tyflow icon, name it for organization purposes, then open editor. Choose birth spline and pick your first track as the spline. Add a shape operator. You can search S below and it will help you find it, and then pick one of your geometric features to use to represent a tree. Select geometry in the display operator and add an edit mesh to your shape to make sure it shows up. Repeat this process, adding different objects to different tracks, adjusting the distance along the path to adjust the composition. You can use a plugin called Greeble to create city-like forms. The following shows what it might look like to use trees rather than geometric objects in your study.